Have you ever felt like someone in your life was slowly pulling you away from your peace, your purpose, and even your connection with Allah? You tried to hold on, thinking things would get better. But instead, the stress, confusion, and emotional weight kept growing. You started asking yourself, why does being around them feel heavier than being alone? That struggle might not be just coincidence. It could be a powerful sign from Allah. In this video, we're going to explore 4 clear signs that Allah is saving you from a toxic relationship. Whether it's a friend, a companion, or someone close to your heart. Sometimes people enter our lives as a test, not a blessing. And Allah, in His infinite wisdom, removes certain individuals to protect our faith, our peace, and our future, even if it hurts for a while. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Xplorers for more honest and healing Islamic reminders. 1. Constant obstacles and delays. Sometimes in life, you meet a person and feel a strong connection. You think they are the answer to your prayers, the missing piece in your heart. You try to build something meaningful, something lasting. But no matter how hard you try, something always gets in the way. You fight to keep the relationship going. You make excuses for their behavior. You ignore the red flags. You pray, you cry, and you wait. But the truth is, nothing ever really moves forward. There is always a problem, a delay, a disappointment. And with every passing day, your heart grows heavier. At first, you may think it's just a rough phase. You believe that things will get better soon, but instead of getting better, the situation becomes more confusing, more painful. One day you're hopeful, the next day you're broken. This is not love. This is not peace. This is a silent storm you are stuck in. And sometimes, this storm is not meant to pass. It is meant to wake you up. You see, not every difficult relationship is a test you are supposed to keep enduring. Sometimes it's a sign of divine protection. Allah, in His perfect knowledge, knows what we cannot see. He knows the future. He knows the truth inside every heart. So, when He places barriers in your path, when the relationship keeps falling apart no matter how much effort you put in, this could be His way of saving you from long-term damage. It could be His way of pulling you back from something that looks nice now but may destroy you later. In these moments, it's important to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, why does everything feel so hard? Why do I feel like I'm constantly pushing a heavy door that refuses to open? Why do I feel more tired than happy? The answer may not lie in your actions. You may have done your best. The answer may lie in the wisdom of Allah, who is trying to lead you away from what's not good for you. You may feel like walking away is giving up. But sometimes, walking away is the greatest act of courage. It means you finally trust that Allah knows best. It means you stop trying to fix something that Allah never wrote for you. It means you respect yourself enough to accept that love should not come with endless struggle and pain. When Allah loves a servant, He protects their heart. He does not let them fall deeper into harm. He does not allow them to get trapped in something that will steal their joy, their time, and their peace. So if you are in a relationship where every step forward leads to a wall, then take that wall as a message. Maybe this is not a place of growth. Maybe this is a prison your heart is not meant to stay in. Letting go is hard, it's painful, but it is also beautiful. Because when you let go of what is breaking you, you create space for what is meant to build you. You open the door to healing, to peace, and to the blessings that are waiting for you. Don't be afraid to walk away from a connection that constantly drains you. Don't keep waiting for someone to change when Allah is changing your path. So if the path is full of blocks, delays, and constant stress, understand that Allah may be guarding you. Let Him. Trust Him. Know that He is not taking love away from you. He is leading you to something greater, something pure, something that will not make you chase peace, but feel peace without even asking for it. 2. You start losing yourself and your faith. One of the most painful signs that a relationship is not good for you is when you begin to lose who you truly are. You stop recognizing yourself. Your peace disappears. Your happiness feels fake. And slowly, you start drifting away from the person you used to be. The one who was connected to Allah, strong in faith, full of hope and light. In the beginning, you may have felt excited, maybe even blessed. You believed that this relationship would bring goodness into your life. You hoped it would complete you. But slowly, you started noticing changes. Your smile faded. Your heart became restless. Your days felt heavy. And worst of all, your connection with Allah began to grow weaker. Maybe you used to wake up for Fajr, but now you can't even remember the last time you prayed peacefully. Maybe you used to feel inspired by the Quran, but now it collects dust on your shelf. Maybe you used to guard your modesty and dignity, but now you feel pressured to compromise. This is not growth. This is a slow destruction of your soul. And you feel it deep inside. You find yourself in situations that make you feel guilty. You hear the whispers in your heart telling you that this is not right. But you keep ignoring them, thinking that love means sacrifice. So you keep giving, keep bending, keep adjusting until there's nothing left of you to give. Until your faith feels like a burden instead of a blessing. This is what toxic relationships do. They don't just break your heart. They break your spirit. They take you away from Allah by filling your heart with confusion, fear, and emotional pain. You start doing things you once promised yourself you would never do. You feel ashamed when you raise your hands in dua because deep down, you know that you've allowed something or someone to take Allah's place in your heart. When you lose your connection with Allah, you lose everything. Because without Him, there is no peace, no direction, no strength. But the beautiful truth is, no matter how far you've fallen, He is always ready to bring you back. He waits for you to realize that no human love is worth losing His love. No person on this earth is worth drifting away from the most merciful. If you're in a relationship where you feel like your soul is being crushed, like your salah is becoming weaker, like your heart is constantly unsettled, take a step back. Reflect. Maybe Allah is showing you that this relationship is not from Him. Maybe He is gently waking you up before the damage becomes too deep. You are not weak for walking away from someone who is pulling you into sin. You are strong for choosing your soul. You are wise for protecting your heart. And you are brave for choosing Allah over anyone else. Never forget, your value does not come from how much someone else loves you. It comes from how much you honor the light Allah has placed in your heart. 3. You feel more lonely. With them than without them. There is a kind of loneliness that cuts deeper than silence. It is the loneliness you feel when you are with someone, but your heart is still empty. You sit beside them, but feel distant. You talk to them, but feel unheard. You share your pain, but receive no comfort. This kind of loneliness is more painful than being physically alone. It makes you question your worth, your emotions, and your place in the world. It makes you feel invisible in a space where you should feel most seen. Many people think being in a relationship means you'll never feel alone. But sometimes, the worst kind of emotional suffering happens inside a relationship. You expect support, but you face judgment. You expect peace, but you live in anxiety. Every day you hope they will notice your pain. Every night you wonder why they don't care. You're surrounded by someone, yet your soul is screaming for connection. This is a heavy kind of loneliness, and it leaves deep scars. You start to question yourself. Am I too sensitive? Am I asking for too much? Should I just accept this as normal? But the truth is, your heart is reacting to neglect. You were not made to live in emotional starvation. You were not created to beg for attention or kindness. Allah did not design your heart to suffer endlessly in the name of staying committed to someone who does not value your presence. In Islam, relationships are built on compassion, mercy, and understanding. They are not meant to be prisons. They are not meant to destroy your self-esteem. A healthy relationship fills your heart with peace, even in difficult times. It makes you feel appreciated, even when you're not perfect. It helps you grow, not shrink. But when you constantly feel lonely next to someone, it means the connection has turned cold. It means that your emotional needs are not being met. And in many cases, that is a sign that Allah is showing you the truth, that you deserve better. Sometimes Allah allows this kind of emotional loneliness to last for a while, so that you can finally realize your worth. He lets you feel the emptiness, not to hurt you, but to wake you up. He wants you to understand that your heart is too valuable to be kept in a place where it is ignored and unloved. He wants you to return to the one who never leaves you, never ignores you, and never lets your tears go unseen. If you feel more alone with this person than you did before they came into your life, that is not a blessing. That is a burden. And Allah never places burdens on you without reason. That constant ache in your chest, that sadness you feel after every conversation, that silence after your pleas for affection, all of it is speaking to you. It's telling you that this connection may not be written for your peace. It takes courage to walk away from someone you once loved. It takes strength to admit that their presence now hurts more than their absence. But sometimes, being alone is the first step toward being free. Being alone with Allah is better than being with someone who makes you feel unseen. You are not weak for needing love. You are not too much for wanting attention. You are human. You are a servant of Allah, and He did not make you to be emotionally broken in a relationship that starves your soul. If you are constantly feeling lonely with someone, that may be Allah showing you that the real peace begins after you leave. That your healing begins when you stop chasing someone who has already let go of you in their heart. 4. You keep asking for peace, but get chaos instead. There's a moment in every struggling relationship when your heart whispers a desperate prayer. Ya Allah, I just want peace, not wealth, not status, not luxury, just peace. That deep, calm feeling inside where your soul can rest, where your mind can breathe, and your heart no longer feels like a battlefield. But instead of peace, you get more confusion. Instead of clarity, you get more silence. And instead of calm, you get more chaos. You cry more than you smile. You fear more than you trust. And you begin to ask yourself, why does love feel like war? When Allah sends someone into your life, they bring blessings, not burdens. They bring strength, not stress. Their presence makes you more grateful, more balanced, and more connected to Allah. But when Allah is trying to remove someone from your life, no matter how hard you try to keep them, your world keeps falling apart. You try to make things work. You stay patient. You make dua. But the more you hold on, the more your soul gets tired. The peace you keep asking for never comes. Instead, your life becomes unstable. Your focus fades, your heart becomes heavy, and your ibadah becomes weaker. That is not the sign of a blessed relationship. It is the sign of one that is blocking your blessings. When you keep asking Allah for peace, and the relationship keeps giving you stress, that's an answer. That's Allah showing you that this is not where peace lives. That's Him telling you that no matter how beautiful this story looked in your dreams, it's not written in your qadr to end in peace. And what doesn't end in peace isn't worth destroying yourself for. You are not meant to live in emotional storms. You are not meant to cry yourself to sleep every night, wondering if you're enough. You are not meant to beg someone to love you properly. If you keep asking for peace and only get pain, understand that the relationship itself may be the source of your unrest. And that's not your failure. That's Allah's mercy, gently showing you the truth. It takes strength to walk away from chaos, but it takes faith to believe that something better is waiting for you. Don't let your fear of being alone keep you trapped in a relationship that makes you feel like a stranger to yourself. Don't let your love for someone become the reason you lose your love for Allah, your peace of mind, and your sense of self. If you're walking away from someone who once meant the world to you, know this: you are not walking alone. Allah is walking with you. He saw the tears you cried in silence. He felt the heaviness in your heart. And He removed what you thought you needed, only to protect you from harm that you couldn't yet see. That's not rejection. That's divine protection. Sometimes we beg Allah to save a relationship, not realizing He's already saving us through the loss of it. So trust His plan. Trust that what He takes away, He will replace with something far better. Something that brings you closer to Him, not farther. Something that gives you peace, not pain. Something that honors your heart, not breaks it. Your story doesn't end here. In fact, this may be the moment it truly begins. A new chapter of healing, faith, and a love that is built on the foundations of Deen, dignity, and peace. Thank you for watching. May Allah bless you with relationships that bring you closer to Jannah and protect you from anything that leads your heart away from Him. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Xplorers for more Islamic content that heals, empowers, and inspires.